Hello and welcome to Taekwondo Training. I'll be instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. What I'd like to do again on today's show is we're going to work with some nunchuck again. I've once or twice a year I go and we practice some nunchuck. And as I always do, it's basic. If anyone wants to learn the nunchuck, if you don't learn the basics, you're going to be in trouble. All right? And it's like anything else, like if you want to play guitar like Jimi Hendrix. You're not jumping in there and you're not playing crazy. You got to learn all the notes. You got to practice. And that's, and that's any sport, any music, anything you do, you have to practice. With the nunchucks, if you don't practice, you knock yourself out, especially if you're not using, these are rubber. And if you're not using rubber ones, you're going to bop yourself in the head or really smash your elbows or break everything in the house, who knows. So what you want to do is try to get yourself a pair of rubber nunchucks. Massachusetts is the only state in the United States that nunchucks are illegal, unless you are going from event to event or to a school in a martial arts, and you're a martial arts instructor. Every other state, they're legal. But it's almost like a gun. You can't conceal them. You can't bring them into, government places, whatever. These are lethal, all right? You can die from these if you do not know what you're doing, or if you hit someone full force, these just will destroy the body. But they are one of the greatest self-defense. I'd probably want one of these. No knives, no sticks, no staffs or anything. These right here, these do the job for self-defense. We're going to go over some basic, so that if you know the basics, then you can go crazy. If I went crazy and you see the Bruce Lee moves, you say, I can't do that. That'd take forever, and you're right. If you try to do it right off the bat, and someone's going to get hurt, including yourself. We're going to do the basic moves that you can use so that it flows. With these things, it has to flow. There's no jerking motions with these. It's a flowing motion with your body. I'm going to show you probably about 4 or 5 exercises, all right, that you can do very, very easy. You can order these online. I'm pretty sure Amazon or a martial arts store have them. And I'm not sure if these are illegal because they're kind of foam. You'd still get hurt with these. It's a foam outside and it's plastic inside. I'm not sure if these are illegal in Mass, but find out before you get yourself. But any other state, as you're watching this, they're all legal. Used to make them. We used to make our own, and that's because those break easy. All right, unless you're a really good carpenter or someone who knows how to make something like this without it falling apart. Or, as I say, when I do these in this studio and there's millions of dollars of worth of lights and cameras and stuff, I got to go easy. These can leave my hand, and even the foam ones can leave my hand, so I have to watch it. All right, so when you're going to practice this, okay, I like to what I call choke up. This right here is holding it at the end. This is choking up. I like to have the choking up area, which is in the middle of the nunchuck. You decide what you like according to how long your nunchucks are too. All right. So from here, all right, I choke up. What you want to do is when you have the nunchucks, okay, I kind of like to stand in either a fighting stance, all right, not a forward stance, but a fighting stance instead of a horse riding stance. You can this way, but I like to have this type of motions just so I can kick after. Always ready to kick. No matter what I'm doing, I like to throw a kick after or a punch. And that you want to be in that stance so you can move back. This right here, horse riding stance, you can practice, but there's no movement. You're stuck here. Where here, you have movement. All right. So we'll stay in a fighting stance. Left or right, doesn't matter. And as you practice this, I'm going to probably just use one side. All right. But as you practice, always practice right and then left. All right, so you're holding it, you're holding it this way. I'm choking up. Now, see how I'm swinging it here? All right, I'm swinging it here. You don't want a jerking motion. You don't want to jerk it. You want to swing it so that, see this, look at it. And you practice this, all right? See how it glides? Right? This is your striking motion. Look at it. Striking motion. All right? That's pretty easy. All right? Now, when you want to grab, see how I just grabbed it with my hand? You want to practice that. That just don't happen overnight. Because if you're not, if your body isn't in the right position, you're going to bounce these things all over the place, especially real ones. And I've hit my elbows. I used to practice because they didn't have foam ones when I was young. They weren't making foam ones. And we're talking 50 years ago. So I had homemade ones or bought ones. And I had to start wearing hockey elbow pads or whatever elbow pads I had because I was destroying my elbows. I'd make a wrong move and bang with the real ones. These probably wouldn't hurt as much because of the foam. When you're coming this way, all right, notice I'm coming and I'm trying to get my arm, all right, and my elbow at a 90-degree angle, all right, with my body. So my arm and my body are a 90-degree angle, all right? My whole arm's parallel to the floor. When we don't want to be doing this. Look at my arm if I don't raise it up, all right? You really can't catch, you're bouncing off your arm, all right? So you want to try to make a move and practice. See this? Look at it. All right, now you're not going to bounce into your body, and you're going to have, and you're going to get used to this. You're going to have good technique. Look at, and you practice this. So I practice this. Look at, just practice. All right. Good angle. All right. Then, now, when you're going to catch, all right. Again, excuse me, if you were using real ones and you didn't catch it right, boom, there goes the fingers too, or the hand. It hurts. So you want to make sure, all right, you practice. Look at, you come, your hands wide open, and you try to catch. And you practice, like practicing catching with a baseball or football. You learn the basics. This is the basics. And if you want to do it in the mirror, do it in the mirror. Stay far away from the mirror if you can. And please have the foam ones, because if not, and the real ones leave, they're going through the mirror. They're going to go through most stuff because they're hard. And whatever kind of, whatever you're using for real nunchucks, because sometimes it's wood, sometimes it's a hard plastic or whatever they use. You know, people get inventive. All right? How's that? Now, that's basic, all right? So that's, everyone goes, well, I want to go, whoa, right. Yeah, well, you're going to get that once you practice and get this one motion, all right? So you practice this motion over and over. Oh, that feels good. Practice the other side, all right? Just practice the other side. See, my elbow, okay? I got a 90-degree angle with my body. I'm parallel with the ground. I'm not down here. I'm not coming here. A lot of people do that mistake. A lot of, you might see some people who've been doing this their whole life and they're experts. Oh, they might be coming down here real low. But when you're practicing, okay, I'm getting stuck up here. You want to practice, look at, and grab. All right. When you're studying the nunchucks, this is like one of your basic attacks. So you're either here. See how I stuck it under my arm? All right. So that from here, I can come over on an angle. All right. I can come down. All right. I can come to the side. All right. Just from being this position or this position, because now it's like loading the gun. All right. You're here. Right? I'm still keeping my elbow and my arm, 90-degree angle with my body. When I say 90-degree angle, if you don't understand, 1, 2. All right? This is 45, this is 30, this is 0. All right? 45, 90. All right? Trigonometry, I guess, All right, so, and then practice both. All right? 1. You feel good with this. You feel good with this. Look at And try to, you want this to swing so that you can come back. 1, 2, 1, 2, all right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Any direction you want to go, make it come back here so you're ready. All right? Practice right and left. If you're a righty, you're strong, this is your dominant hand, your dominant arm, you're going to want to work with that. But you want to try to get the other side so that it feels just as good as if you can. All right? Because you want to, once you start swapping them around, you want to be able to hit with your left. And as you get really good down the road, you can have 2 nunchucks going. All right, we won't even go there. And you know, I love practicing the nunchucks, fooling around and stuff. I'm not an expert like a lot of them out there. A lot of people will say, well, he's doing this wrong. Yeah, well, this is the basics. This is as basic as I can get you to begin without getting hurt. All right? All right, so you're coming here. Right? Down, back, down, back, down, back. Practice down, back, down, back. Look at down, back. That's, now if you go here, you're ready for multiple attacks. All right? When you're ready to hit, all right, if you hit it to the head area with real nunchucks, you're probably gonna this is morbid, but this is death. That person is not gonna, it's gonna explode, his whole head, any bone that this thing will hit, all right, because the velocity, and when it hits with the small area, it breaks bones quickly, all right? So if you were to come down and hit a knee, they're not walking, all right? You hit the rib, you hit the arms, you could just break the arm, all right, with a full hit. So you really, when you're practicing these, do not have anyone around. Parents, don't let your children practice them with their friends. Somebody's going to get hurt, and I don't care if they're rubber. This will knock you out right here. Even though it's rubber outside and plastic on the inside, it'll knock you right out. It'd probably break before it broke your skull or broke a bone. Probably, I don't know. I try not to be around anyone when I'm doing nunchucks. Okay, so that's pretty basic right there. All right, so 1. All right, practice this in the mirror. All right, then practice hitting down, come back, hitting. All right, you can come back, hit down, hit back, back. 1, 2. See how I'm just 1, 1, 2. All right? When you want to start swapping, and that's the biggie, slow, slow. Look at slow. Now, bring that elbow back up on the other side too. Don't go 1 and then 2. Look at, see this? The elbow's wrong. It should be here. All right? So 1. All right? 1, 2. Look at, perfect. All right? Now you practice that. All right? The more you do something like this, look at, now you went from basic, right, to you're starting to advance just a little. All right? Go easy. Then, when you feel comfortable, you pick up the speed. You'll pick up the speed to a point where, wow, this is fast. It's almost to a point where you start getting so fast it leaves your hand or you miss it. That's what happens, all right? Because you're practicing, and I know even experts, every once in a while, you leave your hand for some strange reason because you try to go so fast that you're faster than your body's moving. So, take your time, go easy, practice, like, whop, hands wide open when you're going to grab, all right? Once you start feeling that, look at that. Now you stay in the mirror and you do, what a great workout you're getting, all right? Your shoulders, your arms, your chest muscles. Now as you're doing this, you're going to feel the core in here. You're tight. You're getting a little workout. It doesn't look like I'm getting a workout, but practice this for a half hour or an hour, all right, in the mirror, all right? And you don't have to have a mirror. You can do it out there without, out in the backyard. You need a lot of room, all right? If you can do it in your house, Good luck. I'm warning anyone that does it in the house, move the vases and the lamps, the expensive lamps, and make sure there's nothing that you can break. I've been there. I'm talking through experience when I was younger. My parents will attest. All right. I do it in my bedroom now, and I just do basic. I just do basic to keep this in my my body, keep everything moving together. All right. But when you get outside, you don't have to worry about anything. All right. So, 2, look at 2, just go. I'm going slow. Look at. All right. Once you start feeling good with that, you can bring it around and then catch. All right. Let it come to your hand, then come right back up. Come to your hand, right back up. All it is an exercise. Look at it. All right? Come to your hand. All right? This way. This way. Let it come. Catch. Let it catch. You don't have to go grabbing. You don't want to come out here. You want to be at a spot where the nunchuck will hit your hand and you grab it. Start off slow and then you pick up your speed again. All right? Very, very, very slow. When you're doing these nunchucks, all right, it's not just constantly hitting either. All right, you have the nunchuck in your hand. Use it as a block. You can twist around. If someone come down with a knife or something, you come up here. You can twist the hand. Boom, front round kick. All right. All right. 1, 2. All right. Boom. Now you've got their hands up here. Bah! All right? Low section blocks. Something to the side. All right? As you block, all right, then you come around. Once you have, and as you notice, I'm just using my right here. Once you have control, all right, and you feel like you have control, all right, the more you practice, all right, the more you practice, you want to keep that hand. You don't want to, when you're doing this, you don't want to be too close to your body, right? So you want to. Right? The more you practice these very basic moves, the quicker you're going to get, and you're going to be able to add your own. So, just a recap. We got a couple more minutes left. All right, I choke up. All right, and you're not holding these tight. You're not grabbing. These are nice and loose, not loose enough to let it go. You gotta, so because you want your wrist and everything to be. All right, you want to be able. If it's real tight, you're not going to be able to move it around. So. 1, 2, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Basic like this in the mirror. Basic. Right? Remember, that is important. You don't want to be coming down in here because that right there, there's nothing. You're going to be bouncing off your own arm or your body. Right? And the more you do the basic exercise, the more you're going to say, ooh, if from this position I could do this move or I could do that move. Because you're going to start getting the feel. I keep getting caught up in my wire here. You're getting the feel of how this moves. It's like a golf club or a baseball bat. A golf club, the first time you put one in your hand, you're going, what am I going to do? Over the years, it's like, you got that thing in the baseball bat or any kind of sport you use, especially like lacrosse. You have to practice and practice and practice. And you will get good. You will get, I'm not the only video, as we know. They're all over the internet, all right? You're going to see some people just amazing. They're amazing with the nunchucks. But that's why I keep basic right now, because if you go wild, if I show you something really fast and wild, you're going to look and go, I can't do that. I'll never be able to do it, and walk away. But if I say, look at this, get some nunchucks, and can you do this? Boy, I think you can do that. I think anyone can do that. Look, boom. Right? Without the nunchucks, look at it. That's all I'm doing. All right? And then you're happy with that. You come back. All right. Wow, I can catch. Wow, look at. The more you do that, the faster you're going to get. Don't try to go fast first. Take your time. Enjoy the workout, because it is a workout. All right? This, boom, 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 boom. And then the more you keep practicing this, all right, the more your body's moving around, your core, your chest, your back muscles, your arm muscles, you're getting a tremendous workout. All right? And as I say, as you may throw a hit, all right, as you might hit, come in, front snap. Come around, all right, come around, front snap, or side thrust, or front round kick. Once they see this coming at their face, they're either going to blink their eyes or block. That means their hands come up and everything's wide open, midsection, low section. Believe me, if all of a sudden someone's, and as I say, Massachusetts is the only state that won't allow it. But if you had these hanging here and you were walking and somebody says, they had a weapon, even if you had these and they had a weapon, they said, give me your wallet. Give them the wallet, all right? Give them the money, all right? Let them then have them arrested. If your life's in danger, all right, someone comes up to you with a knife or a stick, all right, and you have these and you pull these out and you show them that you can at least swing it around your body. I got a feeling they're not going to want to deal with one of these, all right, especially real ones. They're what a great way. And they used to use these back in the day, thousands of years ago, maybe hundreds of years ago, to mash corn or do things around the farm and stuff. They would break big bamboo shoots or whatever they would do, and that's what it was for. Then they learned how to use them for weapons. So when the king would send his soldiers for the taxes, I'm making this up, so you had something to defend yourself with if they were unruly. So again, Massachusetts, if you had a set, they're illegal unless you're traveling or you're a grandmaster going from school to an event. You're just traveling with them. Every other state in the United States, they're legal. I looked it up today because they keep changing. California just made them legal, another state. So there were a few states. Mass is the only one. So if you're in any other state, you can buy a pair of nunchucks. Right? I recommend a pair of nunchucks, but I recommend the foam. All right. And these basic exercises. All right. If that's all you ever did was this, you're using the nunchucks. All right. Someone's coming. Now, even if I hit here, I can come back here. I can come back here. As long as you keep the flow going, right? And there's so much distance, you're looking at probably 2 feet from you, right? Maybe a little more than 2 feet, depending on what you have, from you to your attacker. That's a good distance. He had a knife there, and you're here. Before he could get the knife to you, you'd be hitting him, all right, in the body area. And as I say, do not play with these, please. Everything's about safety. But your safety is important, too, when you need to defend yourself. These are great to have in your house, under your bed. And if you're in another state, you can have them inside your car underneath the seat. you ever have to protect yourself and you have an idea, these are going to come in handy. Also, make sure, before you even start this, right, it looks easy, but stretch your body a little. Move around, stretch your body, warm up. Don't just start going crazy because that's how you hurt yourself. This show is on datv.org. You can watch the show a couple of times. We're on YouTube. You can check out all the shows. I have many shows on YouTube right now, all basic. And I try, as I say, it's basic. So you can't, I don't have time to go to a martial arts school. I have any money to go to martial arts school. Put my show on. Each week I'll show you just something basic so that once you get that, then you can get the advanced as you go along. All right? And all advanced is basic that you've perfected, and then adding another move, all right? 1 or 2 moves, and then this and that. It all comes together once you have that structure, and you need the structure, okay? So it's easy to find us on TV, on YouTube, and datv.org, drakatv.org. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Till next time, have fun and train hard.